Hey guys, welcome to finally another Blu-ray and DVD update. Uh, I know it's been like 10 months at least since my last update, and I really apologize for that. A lot's just happened in the last couple of years between graduating from college and then going away for my internship. I still kept buying movies, but between all that, I never really had the time to make any videos, so now that I'm back home for a while, I figured I might as well gather up all the ones that I think I haven't shown yet and just do a big video for you guys. So, might possibly be split into two parts, I don't know. It depends on how long I get through some of these. But I do have some DVDs. I'll start off with the season 1 of a TV show that I've grown to really like over the past couple of months and is currently my favorite show right now, and that is Grey's Anatomy. This is season 1. This is just a 2-disc set. I think there's like 10 episodes in this season. But yeah, as the show has been on the air, I always said that I never wanted to get into this show, but then one day I happened to catch the very first episode on TV one day a few months ago, and I really enjoyed it, so I went and I started watching it on Netflix, and after that I just absolutely fell in love with this show and I couldn't stop watching. There's 8 full seasons and it's currently on season 9 right now. It's getting ready to start back up on Thursday, I believe, which will be my first time actually getting to watch an episode on TV. And it took me a while, but I finally caught up to the point where it's at now, and I'm really enjoying season 9 so far. But yeah, if you haven't seen this show, I would highly recommend that you get on Netflix or some other website and just start watching it. It is a medical drama, but I really love it. It's basically about the lives of these surgeons, like their daily lives in the hospital and outside of the hospital, and their relationships and issues with one another. And I will agree, some of the storylines are pretty awful, but you know, for the most part, it's really excellent. I would highly recommend it. So there's season 1. I'll just show the other ones quickly so I don't waste too much time. Then we got season 2, which this one basically is the fan favorite, I think, among most fans of the show. This one has quite a lot packed in it for such a small case. There's that. And then this character in particular, Dr. Addison Montgomery Shepherd, she was actually my favorite character on the show by far, and unfortunately she didn't stay for very long. However, though, every season they do bring her back for at least 1 or 2 episodes, which I really like that they do that, because a lot of people really liked her character, and I think it's nice that they bring her back at least once or twice a season for the fans. But there's season 2, and another thing I'd like to say about season 2 is the finale is simply mind-blowing. My personal opinion, the last 5 minutes of the finale with, you know, what's happening, which I'm not going to spoil it, but what's happening in that particular moment and the music that they incorporate into that scene, for me personally, it has to be in my top 3 most favorite television moments I've ever seen personally. So that's another reason why you should get into this show, is because this season in particular has an amazing storyline and is actually my favorite season of all of them. And then next we got season 3, which was a pretty decent season. Wasn't the worst season, but not one of my top seasons either. Not a big fan of the packaging on this one, but I think this is like a 6 or 7 disc set as well. And there's that one. Another pretty good season. And then next there's Season 4. This one's on Blu-ray. Found this used for a really good price and couldn't pass it up even though it doesn't have a slipcase. But yeah, this is definitely one of my least favorite seasons. None of them are bad, but there are some that are worse than others, and this is probably one of my bottom 2 seasons, but I still got it for a really good price. Not much in the way of artwork on the discs. Then there's another one back there. And then next up we have Season 5, which is probably my second favorite season after Season 2. There's a storyline involving one of the doctors getting really sick. I'm not gonna say who it is, but that's a big main storyline throughout the season, and this one as well had a really amazing finale. Probably my second favorite finale after Season 2. And this is a digipack. I hope I can fit it all in this frame. They all pretty much look the same, but very nice season set of that. And then the last one that I have of this show is Season 6. Another really good season with a pretty exciting finale. Though I will admit about what happened in this finale, it kinda, in my opinion, it kinda went on a bit too long. It was kinda like, okay, when's somebody actually gonna stop this, which I'm not gonna say what happens. But that's just kinda how I felt about this finale. But other than that, another great season. I'll quickly show this one. Some of my favorite artwork is in this set here. And if you want to know who some of my favorite characters are, like I said, I really liked Addison, and I also really like Christina, and I really like Derek, and I like Mark too. Those are probably my favorite characters out of all of them. The ones I really don't care for, I don't care for Dr. Robbins, and I don't care for Alex, and a couple others I'm not a huge fan of. But those are pretty much my favorite characters on the show. And it's pretty sad to actually watch some of the old episode and see the original cast and to see how many have left compared to now. But, the new characters are still pretty good, but they're not at all like the old characters. So yeah, I'm definitely excited to get to be able to watch this on TV in a couple of days. So there's that. Like I said, if you haven't seen this show, I really hope that you'll check it out sometime, because it's really amazing, and I highly recommend it. And then I have one more DVD here. It's the King's Speech. I've always kind of wanted this movie, and I found it on DVD for a really cheap price, and I went ahead and got it because I didn't really think it needed to be on Blu-ray necessarily, so I went ahead and just picked it up on DVD. Well, it was at that price. I think it was like $3 or something. But this is a pretty good film. It's about this king who has speech problems, and his wife convinces him to speak to this doctor, which he does, and then his doctor works with him on a speech to try to get him to be able to make a speech like he's supposed to. We watched this in my public speaking class in college, and everybody really liked it, so that was my very first time ever seeing it, and I really enjoyed it, so I went ahead and I bought it. There is that one. And then now on to the Blu-rays. First I got a couple steelbooks. The first one I got is the Shawshank Redemption. I really didn't need this, but I got it anyway because it was on sale for one, and it's a really nice steelbook, and as you all know, this is my favorite movie of all time. I think pretty much all of you have seen it, and it's actually a really nice steelbook, or metal pack. I'm not sure what you guys call them now. If there is a distinct difference, please let me know what that is if you can. But yeah, I think everybody's seen this. I don't really need to go into details about it. But there were actually a lot of steelbooks at Best Buy when I got this that were for really good prices, and I ended up having to make myself walk away so that I didn't buy all of them. But yeah, not much in the way of artwork, unfortunately, on the inside, but the disc looks just like the one on my Blu-ray book that I have of this movie. And definitely a fantastic movie. If you haven't seen it, I really don't understand why, but you should check it out if you haven't seen it. So there's The Shawshank Redemption. And then the other steelbook I got is Batman Begins. This is the one movie in the trilogy that I've never seen before. Really looking forward to watching it. I got these yesterday, actually. I haven't had a chance to watch them yet. But please let me know what you think about Batman Begins. Another very nice steelbook. And again, not much in the way of artwork. But there's the inside of this one. And then next up, I did get the Dark Knight Rises on Blu-ray with the really nice slipcover. And I remember when I saw this in theaters, I thought that it was pretty much the best movie I've seen in theaters for I don't know how long. I really enjoyed it, and I went back and I watched it, I think 2 or 3 more times in the theater after that because I really enjoyed it. And everybody's seen this one, so I don't need to go into this one. But definitely a great film and a great addition to my collection. And I was surprised because I wasn't exactly a big fan of The Dark Knight that came before this one. However, though, every time I watch that one, I like it a lot better each time. So, I really like this one the best out of the 3 of them. Just, you know, my personal opinion. But this was definitely a great film. I would highly recommend it. And next up I have about 4 or 5 Disney movies. First up I got Pocahontas 1 and Pocahontas 2, the combo pack. Pretty good movie. It's not the best Disney movie out there. I haven't seen the second one yet. I don't think really anybody has, because I'm not exactly a fan of Disney sequels. I've only seen one Disney sequel that I've actually liked, which was The Lion King 2. But other than that, I'll probably never watch the sequel, but I do like the first one. Not the greatest Disney movie out there with the greatest characters, but I still liked it. And watching it on Blu-ray was definitely a really neat experience. I was very impressed, actually, with the picture quality, and this movie is about, in particular, it's about this village of Indians and these Englishmen that come to their island to try to take over their land, and then Pocahontas ends up meeting the leader of the people that come to the land, and they end up falling in love with each other, and they're both trying to teach their own people not to hate one another, basically. But it's a pretty good movie. Not my favorite, like I said, but it's worth watching. This is a 2-disc edition, I think. And then the next Disney movie I got is The Rescuers 1 and The Rescuers Down Under. I've never seen the first Rescuers movie, but I have seen Down Under. I used to watch that one on VHS quite often, and I could barely remember it when I was watching it again on Blu-ray. But it still was pretty good, like I remembered it. I haven't seen the first one yet, but the second one, it's about this boy that's trying to save this eagle from a hunter, and then the rescuers are sent out to try to find the boy and bring him back, and then they become part of the rescue mission along with the boy, basically. And it's not a bad Disney film. Still haven't seen the first one, though. If you have any thoughts on the first one, I'd like to hear them. But pretty good Blu-ray. Got another one back there. There were quite a few Disney movies that came out on this day. Can't remember all of them, but these were pretty much the only two that I was interested in purchasing. And then the next one that I got is Brave. I only saw this once in the theater. I haven't watched it on Blu-ray yet, but I do remember it being a pretty good movie, even though I will admit that I didn't really feel the magic with this one like I did with other Pixar films, but it was still pretty good. I need to sit down and give it another chance here before too long. But I think most people have this one too. And then you got disc 1, 2, and then 3. Pretty good film. And then next up I got Finding Nemo. I think basically everybody has... Sorry, I'm trying to get comfortable. I think basically everybody has seen this movie. Definitely one of the best Pixar films out there. I think it's probably my second favorite next to Monsters, Inc. But yeah, a really excellent movie. My personal opinion, if you don't like Finding Nemo, that's kind of like not normal in my opinion. But yeah, pretty nice edition. I got this for a really good price. I printed off a coupon. It was like a $5 off coupon for it, but it turned out to only be for the 3D combo pack, and I didn't really want that. I just wanted the regular Blu-ray edition of this film, so I waited around for the right price and I eventually got it. So really, really cute movie, and it looked great on Blu-ray as expected. And here's the inside of this one. Pretty good edition. And then I'm done with the Disney movies now. Next up I got The Hunger Games. I remember seeing this in the theater and wasn't a huge fan of it, but then when I watched it on Blu-ray, I enjoyed it a lot better than I did in the theater. This one was pretty good. It's about these kids that are sent to this island to try to survive and kill each other off until there's only one winner, and they call it the Hunger Games, basically. And these two in particular, they kind of team up with each other to try to take everybody else down, and I thought it was entertaining, but you know, not a great movie, but it was entertaining, and that's why I liked it. And there's that one. And then next up I got Battle Royale. This has always been one of my favorite movies when it came to foreign movies. I've been waiting for this to come out on Blu-ray for quite a few years now, and this actually wasn't very expensive at all. And it has a very similar concept to The Hunger Games. It's about these high school kids. Their teacher is fed up with them, and he sends them to an island and has them kill each other off until there's only one of them left. And it's a very similar concept to The Hunger Games, but this one, in my opinion, is way better than The Hunger Games. Really great movie. I would highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. And definitely a huge improvement off the DVD edition I had, because the subtitles on this one are a heck of a lot better than my DVD edition was. But another great movie. And then the next one that I got is Ted. I saw this one in the movie and thought it was one of the funniest movies I've seen in quite a few years. And it was still funny on DVD too, even though it was a lot better in the theater. But I still liked it on Blu-ray too. But I think most people have seen this one too. It's about this boy who gets a teddy bear for Christmas, and he makes a wish for him to come to life, and then he does, and they become best friends growing up, and then eventually Ted starts to get in the way of Mark Wahlberg's relationship in the film with his girlfriend. And then throughout the movie he's trying to choose between choose between his girlfriend or Ted, and trying to make it work out between both of them. And it actually did have a little story in there, more than I expected. One of my favorite parts in the movie was how Ted had a job at the supermarket that he didn't even want, and he kept on saying and doing things to try to get himself fired, but every single time he did something he would wind up getting promoted instead of getting fired. I thought that was a really funny storyline throughout the movie. There's that one. And next up I got Jaws. I think pretty much everybody has seen this. I've seen it a few times over the years. I didn't really think I was going to like it the first time I saw it, but I was pleasantly surprised. I'm not really going to go into the plot on this one because I think everybody has seen it before. But really nice addition. I was really surprised too that it actually looked as good as it did on Blu-ray, because it actually did look pretty good, and I was pleasantly surprised. So there's that one. Next up I got the first Spider-Man movie, the original with Tobey Maguire in it. I haven't seen this movie in quite a few years, but I was excited to get it picked up on Blu-ray. It didn't cost very much at all, really. Haven't gotten to watch it on Blu-ray yet, but I will watch it here very soon. And if you're wondering, I did see the new Amazing Spider-Man that was just out not too long ago, and I wasn't really a big fan of it. I like the originals much better. But yeah, this one was definitely a really good one. I'm excited to watch it again someday. Next up I got The Breakfast Club. My roommate a few months ago, she was a huge fan of this movie, and she found out I had never seen it, so she sat me down and made me watch it one day, and I was pleasantly surprised by this one too. This one is about these kids that are sitting in detention one day, or no, I think it's Saturday school. They're sitting in Saturday school, and they're all from like different stereotypes, and they wind up finding out that they have a lot more in common than they realize. And pretty funny movie. Not the greatest movie ever in my opinion, like a lot of people seem to think it is, but I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it when I watched it again on Blu-ray recently. There's that one. And then next up I picked up Dear John. I actually originally picked this up on DVD recently, and I always kind of avoided this movie, didn't think I'd really like it, but I did watch it, and surprisingly I did like it. I would definitely consider it one of my guilty pleasures now. It's about this couple that meet, and then the guy, he ends up going off to the war, and then it puts a strain on their relationship. I wasn't a big fan of the ending, but I liked the movie for the most part. I would recommend checking it out. And there's that one. Definitely a big guilty pleasure. And then next up I got Titanic. I think everybody else has gotten this one too. This is just a regular Blu-ray and DVD combo. It doesn't have the 3D in it. But yeah, my thoughts on this movie, I really liked the second half of the movie with the ship sinking, but I have never been able to get into the whole love story concept, the first half of the film. For some reason, I could just never get into it. I never enjoyed that concept whatsoever. I've only liked the second half, but the first half, in my opinion, I could completely forget about it and not even care about it, basically. But it is a good film overall. Talking about the second half, but yeah, the first half I really don't care about that much at all. Pretty nice edition. Definitely looking forward to watching this one on Blu-ray soon. Next up we got E.T. the Extraterrestrial. I got this one for Christmas. I still haven't seen it yet. I think I remember watching this when I was a kid, but I don't really remember it too well. But I know a lot of people seem to really love this movie, so if you have any thoughts about it, I'd like to hear them. So I'll definitely be watching this one soon too. And then the last few that I have here, these ones I'm going to go through kind of fast because I haven't seen a lot of them yet. These are all Black Friday deals that I got, even though that was like 2 months ago now. But the first one I got is Harold and Kumar Christmas. I remember getting dragged to see this in the theater. I really didn't want to see it because I was so disappointed with the second film, but this one, it was better than the second one, but it still really wasn't that funny. I'm not a fan at all of Neil Patrick Harris and really anything. He was funny in the first Harold and Kumar film, but in the other Harold and Kumar movies, and then that one TV show he's got on TV right now, I've just never found him funny. I don't know, it's just me, I guess. But yeah, this one's okay. It's worth a watch, but it definitely isn't near as funny as the first one. I don't think any movie they make will ever be able to compare to that. There's that. And then the next one I got is the Fast and the Furious, the first movie in the series. All these movies are definitely big guilty pleasures for me. This one's the best, of course, in my opinion. It's about an undercover cop that's trying to bring down this other guy who they suspect is vandalizing and stealing car parts and for doing illegal racing, basically. And then he winds up getting involved and doesn't want to do what he's supposed to do by turning them in, basically. But I really love these movies. This one's definitely my favorite out of all of them. I have all of them on Blu-ray now besides Tokyo Drift, which I definitely don't plan on getting that one anytime soon. And then the next one that I got is Anastasia, really cheap Black Friday deal. Haven't seen this one since I was a kid, so I'm looking forward to watching this one day. Hopefully it'll bring back some memories. Next up I got the Matrix, which I still haven't seen this movie. I've always heard a lot of hype about it, but I figured for like under $3 on Black Friday it was worth picking up on Blu-ray. Please let me know what your thoughts are of this one. There's that one. I got 3 more here. Next up I got Fight Club. I rented this and watched it on DVD a couple years ago, and I really didn't care for it, but for $3 on Black Friday I was going to give it another shot, which I will soon, hopefully. But I know a lot of you like this movie, so I'll definitely give it another chance. And then next up I got the Austin Powers 3 movie set. It's all just in one case. I've always really liked these movies. I don't really like one any more than the other. They're all kind of the same to me as far as, you know, humor goes. The second one, though, I think is pretty much the fan favorite. But yeah, they're all really funny in a really stupid way. That's pretty much the point, I guess. But I haven't seen these movies in a long time either, so it'll definitely be nice getting to see them on Blu-ray. It's a pretty decent box set, I guess. And then the last one I got here is Iron Man 2, just the really cheap one disc edition. I normally would have gotten the 2 or the 3 disc set, but this was only like $3 on Black Friday, so couldn't really leave that there. But this is a good one as well. I really like this one, you know, for action purposes only, really. But this one was pretty good. I like the first one a lot better though. But pretty much this is the last one that I have to show you, and that's basically most of what I've accumulated, or what I can remember getting since my last video. So sorry I went through some of them kind of fast, but I hopefully will be getting back into the swing of making videos again. I really hope you enjoyed this update, and I'll see you in my next video. So have a good day, everybody. Bye.